until I see a UFO, I'm going to be skeptical.
Yeah, super skeptical.
But it's interesting to watch the gradual shift that's happening in people who are like big time debunkers. Mm-hmm. There is like not like, okay, I think they're real, and I don't blame them for saying I don't think they're real, because it's like really what they're still going off of like just people saying it's real. But the fact that the people saying it, like Marco Rubio coming out now, did you see that shit?
Right, but isn't it interesting? This is my observation. What they're saying is they talk to people who say this.
Right.
That's everybody. It's including Grush. Grush is saying that he has access to information, and he was aware of information. He was aware of things that the public wasn't aware of, and so he wants to be a whistleblower because the public deserves to know about these things.
Yeah.
But he has no access to it.
Well, Rubio said he talked to people in the government who said they had firsthand.
Right. Right, but he talked to people who said they saw the thing.
Under oath, though, right?
Right. But where are those people? Like, until those people are standing in front of the camera going, I was on the spaceship.
Yeah.
I met the entities. They talked to me through telepathy.
Yeah. I think we might be close. They've got that hearing coming up. And I know that a lot of the or I like to believe that a lot of the sort of careful wording of things right now is to protect people who worry that they'll get killed. They have a sense of like, shit, man, they're going to kill me if I tell you this, but because he did it, I'm going to come out and say it. And, you know, so I think they feel like, shit, we've got to be very, very careful to protect these people. I don't see any benefit for any body in the government to go on statement saying that they've talked to people within the U.S. military who have seen UFOs. What's the benefit there? Like, if it's not true, you're going to look like the biggest dipshit on earth. You're going to be ridiculed. It's going to ruin your career potentially as a politician. So I don't see much of a benefit in them coming out and saying that stuff. That's the part where it's like, I can't trace how Marco Rubio, what's he going to, the next time he runs, he's going to be like, I'm the guy who got tricked into thinking there was UFOs.
Right. Yeah, it has to hit sort of a wall of public demand, you know, where the public demand is like, hey, enough people are talking about it. There's enough, whether it's Commander David Fravor or the New York Times article, Jeremy Corbell, all these different videos that get released, where there's enough credible people talking about it that they have to kind of address it. And if someone like a senator, like Marco Rubio, has a conversation with someone when they're saying, yeah, we have crashed UFOs and we have alien bodies and we're hiding it from the people.
Yeah, dude. And then where it gets...
And this has been going on for 80 years.
Here's the deal. If you are a politician and you realize we've all been briefed on this shit and it is coming out, and you other people don't have the guts to come out and say it, you realize to be the first politician who came out and told the truth. Now, there is benefit there. Yeah. There's a lot of benefit in, like, the courage to come out and, like, support whistleblowers. Because, dude, I read an analysis of it that's so creepy because it points out that U.S. taxpayer money is being allocated to, if it's true, I'm saying, our taxpayer money is getting allocated to some organizations that are outside the control of the U.S. government. This is, and has been doing it for 50, 60 years. This is unconstitutional. Like, you can't do that. Like, what does that mean? That means that there is a second power structure within the government, truly like a secret something. And that is like, we're paying for it. And if you're benefiting from the technology, if you're selling the technology to private contractors and making money off of it, that's supposed to be for us, free energy, whatever it may be. Yeah. So that is where it's sinister.
Well, also imagine if you're the government. Imagine if you're, let's say, the Air Force, and you have control over some vehicle from another planet. where you have, if the airport wants jets, they don't make them. They hire someone to make them. They have a military contractor that has all the engineers and all the expertise, and they hire, all these people that actually make jets.
Right.
Right? They need a jet, they buy a jet. So if they acquire a spaceship, they're not going to hold on to it themselves. They don't have the people to fuck with this thing. They're going to bring it to the people that make those things. They go, hey, you guys make the stealth bomber. Tell me what the fuck this is.
Right. Right.
Tell me what the fuck this is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And
can we make one? And if we can't make one, can we figure out how it runs?
Yeah, at least tell us how it runs. Do you have any idea? I heard that, like, Jeremy was on my podcast, was talking about how it's apparently, I'm sorry, Jeremy, if I'm misquoting you. This is from me. Mm-hmm. Obviously, like, so forgive me if there's a error in the way I'm saying it, but it's compartmentalized.
Yeah.
So some of the reverse engineering people theoretically don't even know that they're looking at wreckage.
Yes. That's what Bob Lazar said on my podcast. He said part of the problem is, like, science can't exist in a vacuum. Science is collaborative. And the metallurgy guys weren't talking to the propulsion guys. Nobody talked to anybody. You had, like, an area where you're allowed to go and look at the vehicle, and you were with your other teammate, and everybody reported on everything that was said and done. And
yeah, man.
And it was too limited for them to ever really figure out, in his belief at that time. So we're talking about 1989. If what he's saying is true, what he was saying was that they were bringing him to this area, and he couldn't tell his wife, he couldn't tell anybody where he was going, and they were flying him to Area S4 where they had this UFO. They didn't have just one, they had multiple ones. And this sort of aligns with what Grush was saying. Because I think what Grush was saying is there's 12 of them. They have 12. Which is like,
12.
Like, for real? Or are you guys, like, sending money to Ukraine you don't want me to know about, so you're showing me this? Like, that sounds so crazy.
Yeah, I don't buy the distraction theory, because it's like, man, the U.S. government's been doing weird shit with money.
Oh, but here's a distraction. What if this is just an advanced drone program? And what the U.S. government is doing with this advanced drone program to obscure it, they just start releasing UFO stuff and having whistleblowers come out that are actually intelligence agents. And they come out and start talking about bullshit.